In this video, I'm going to show you how to start a program. Now, there are two ways I'm going to show you, either using a shortcut on the desktop, if you already have one, or if you don't have a shortcut on the desktop, how to use the Start menu. The program I'm going to start up is WordPad, just to show you how, but you start up any other program in the same way. So, if you've got a shortcut on the desktop, like this one here, you can start up the program by just pointing the mouse at that shortcut and double-clicking the left-hand mouse button. That just means clicking once and then clicking again straight away without any pause. And the program starts up. And that works in any version of Windows. Now I'm just going to close this down again so that I can show you the other way to start up a program. And that's to use the Start button. The Start button is the button in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and in some versions of Windows it actually says Start on it, and in the more recent versions they took the word Start off, just to confuse you. Whether it says Start or not, point the mouse at that and click on it. Now in Windows Vista, or Windows 7, the Start menu looks like this. In earlier versions of Windows it's a bit different, and I'll show you that in a moment. But I'll show you the version in Windows Vista first. Now, if you've got a shortcut in this list, you can just click on it once with the left-hand mouse button. For example, to start WordPad, I'd point the mouse up here and just click once. But this list is only the programs that I've used most recently. It isn't all the programs on the computer. So if you want to start a program that isn't in this list, you click on All Programs. And you get this list. But even this isn't all the programs on the computer. Some of them are in folders. And WordPad is what they call an accessory. So it's in the accessories folder here. And to get into that folder, all you do is click on it once with the left-hand mouse button, like this. If you decide you didn't want to open that folder after all, maybe you wanted the one underneath it, just click on Back down here. Again, with the left-hand mouse button. Now I did want that folder, so I'm just going to go back there. So I click on All Programs, and there we are. And WordPad is in this list right at the bottom. They're normally in alphabetical order. So to start up WordPad, click on it once with the left-hand mouse button, like this. And there you go. Now I mentioned that it's slightly different in earlier versions of Windows, so now I'm going to show you how it works in Windows XP. If you don't have a shortcut on the desktop for the program you want to start, you can use the Start menu. First, point the mouse at it in the bottom left-hand corner and click the left mouse button. You should get a menu a bit like this. If you're lucky, the program you want will be shown on the left in this short list here. WordPad is, but let's assume that it isn't, and do it the long way round. First, point the mouse at All Programs down at the bottom here. A big long list will appear like this one, listing everything that's on your computer, grouped into folders. WordPad is an accessory, so it's in the Accessories folder, so I point the mouse at that one. Another list pops out, and right at the bottom of it, there's WordPad. So, once again, I point the mouse at it, and click the left-hand mouse button just once. And it starts up again, just like before. Now that I've got that program open, I might want to do things with the window that it's running in. So I might want to move it around the screen, for example, so that I can see the other icons on the desktop that are currently covered by it. So here's how you move it around. You point the mouse at the blue bar across the top of the window, here. Click with the left-hand mouse button and hold down the button. And then while you're still holding down the button, move the mouse about. And that moves the window as well. And when you've got it where you want it, just let go of the left-hand mouse button. And there you go. It stays wherever you drop it. Now if I'm using WordPad to write a long letter, so it's going to take up a lot of space, I might want to be able to see more of it at once. and you can make the window bigger quite easily. The easiest way is to make it fill the screen, and there's two ways to do that. You can point the mouse at that blue bar across the top and double click the left hand mouse button. So that's click it once and then click it again straight away. And straight away WordPad fills the screen. If you want to get it back to the size it was before, just do the same thing again. And there you go. The other way to do it is to click on this button just once with the left hand mouse button. And that has the same effect. Now if you've got good eyesight, you might have noticed that the picture on that button has changed slightly now. Before it was just one square, and now it's one square with another one just behind it. That's because what that button will do has changed. If I click it again, it takes the window back to where it was before. Like that. You can also change the size of the window without filling the screen. Just point the mouse at one of the corners, right down here. Make sure that you're pointing exactly at the edge of the window, and the pointer should change from the normal arrow, or the text cursor here, into this little double-headed arrow. Then click the left-hand mouse button and hold it down. Move the mouse about, and when you've got the shape of the window as you want it, just let go of the mouse. Once you've finished doing whatever it is you wanted to do with the window, you might want to close it down. On some programs you can do this using the File menu up here. Just point the mouse at it and click once with the left-hand button, and then click on Exit down here, and that'll close it down. I'm not going to do that though, because I want to show you another way, and that's just to point up here at the X in the top right-hand corner. Click once with the left-hand mouse button, and it'll close the window. If you've written anything in your WordPad document, it'll ask if you want to save it. If it's something you want to keep, you can click Save, and I'll cover that a bit later on. And if you don't want to save it, you can click Don't Save. By the way, if you click Cancel, that means that you've changed your mind about closing it altogether. So it won't save it, but it won't close the document either.